And good morning. Hi, is everyone? I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Welcome to Scotty Ray's Weather as we begin a Sunday morning, peaceful outside, kind of cool at the moment as we wait for storm activity to roll into the area later this afternoon, and we will get it. Again, we are going to be ranked at a 2 out of a 5. It's not going to get any higher than that. That is the good news. And better news than that is it should be over by 10 o'clock tonight to where we're not dealing with bad weather all the way through the middle of the night. I guess the next bad news is we'll have another round of this on Tuesday. Already predicting this. My system has it. Where yesterday we were looking at this, where it was just barely on the Alabama line. It has extended east a little bit, all the way over to the Tuscaloosa area. We'll look at that in a moment and dig deeper into it so everybody be aware of what's going to happen this afternoon. You're fine to go to church this morning. You might get a light sprinkle. The heavier is the word batter stuff. That's probably not the right proper English for it, but the worst. Let's change it to that. The worst of the weather will come after 4 o'clock and should end by 10 p.m. is what we're looking at. Mother Nature always has its own mind, but if we were predicting, that's what we would call it. So that is where we'll go with what is listed as the severe weather today. So be ready for it. Be prepared. Again, there's always a chance with hail in these storms. If you've got a very nice vehicle, make sure you get that in the garage covered up. You don't want it beat up with any type of hail. Now, it's not larger than quarter size hail. It's not the baseball size hail that's predicted with this. But nonetheless, you don't want little dings in it anyway. Nobody does. It just knocks resale value, doesn't it? Well, let's get started as to what's going on today with weather.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
And again, big thank you to EMEPA for joining us on that. All right, let's go to radar first, and then we'll work our way across with everything that the National Weather Service has to say. Showing up this morning already. Now, down here on the coast, we pick up, this is where Meridian sits. If we go due south to Hattiesburg, all this area to the east and south to the coast, taking in all of New Orleans all the way back to New Orleans, is under a flash flood watch for today. These areas here. Let me turn off radar so you can see that a little bit better. This area here, anything that is in green, if you'll see here, Beaumont, Lake Charles, Lafayette, Hattiesburg area, over to Mobile, Gulfport, all these coastal areas here along here in the state of Mississippi is under a severe flash flood watch as we get ready for that. All right, let's turn radar back on and show what we've got. Storms already out to the west of New Orleans, and between there and Baton Rouge starting to roll in, and look at the lightning included with that. A storm that is just due north of Kenner that is going to be headed toward Madisonville, Lewisburg, in that area, in the New Orleans area. Heavy rain already starting to move into the southwest corner of Mississippi right here. This would put this over near Woodville, Mississippi. Heavy rain, and there's not anything horrible with it, but heavy rain there. We are picking up some light showers already here in the Jackson area and due west of Vicksburg. In between here, Monroe, look at all of that rain that is there. That's going to move on up into Arkansas and then probably get a little bit into the Mississippi Delta. As we get a little bit closer to the Meridian area, let's zoom in on this so you can see what's going on this morning. If you're going to be headed toward Jackson this morning for any reason, it's going to be some rain there. As we get Lauderdale County, a little bit out here in the Toom-Soob area, not much right now. We go due west, and we get just west of Newton as we go right past Lawrence there, past that post office. We're going to pick up some light showers right through there. Conahatta and these areas here already got a little bit of light rain. Both of the welcome centers there in Scott County have rain at them this morning. Light stuff, nothing heavy, but they are getting their fair share in light shower activity over Jackson right now. So let's turn off locations and let's get into today of where the severe weather is predicted. Let's look at our map here. This is today's outlook. Let's back out and look at the whole picture here of what we got here. Now, if you remember, it just barely went down this line right here as of yesterday afternoon. This has been extended. Due east takes in Tuscaloosa, Alabama now, and will cut down through here and go all the way down to Mobile. So Mobile is in this center of severe weather. All our friends here in New Orleans, Lafayette, coming up, all of Hattiesburg, over to Tuscaloosa, up to the Mississippi Delta, and just shy now of reaching Memphis, to where yesterday it was Memphis, just due north of Memphis. It's dropped below Memphis, and it's going to put it right at Hernando in the state of Mississippi, and then we'll go due west back over here toward Little Rock, Arkansas, and then go to Hot Springs, and then go due south through Louisiana, right to Shreveport and back down to Lafayette. So that's our area today that we're looking at where the severe weather will happen. And we will get a lot of rain. And again, this is going to be this afternoon. Anytime after 4 o'clock through 10 p.m. is what we're doing. Now, let's look at tomorrow of what we've got as we go to the severe weather for tomorrow. And I turned that off, didn't I? Let's move back up here. This is going to be north of us for tomorrow. It's going to pick up at Memphis, go through just north of Nashville, right there on the line, and go through Lexington, all the way up through Indiana, over to Springfield, Illinois, and back over to Oklahoma City. Now, we'll get some light showers tomorrow. We're predicted that, but nothing serious. Now, let's go another day and look at our next round of severe weather that's going to be affecting Mississippi and all our areas. That will stretch from Lake Charles, Louisiana, up to Knoxville, Tennessee. So all of our friends here in Nashville that watch here, you're going to be in this, including just really the entire state of Mississippi. Taking in much of Alabama on Tuesday, over to Atlanta, Georgia. So this is on Tuesday is what is being predicted now. So we're not out of this yet for the week. And this round of, look how high that rain will go. It will stretch from Texas all the way up to New York as it moves through on Tuesday. So that's what we've got. Wyoming has a little bit of light stuff there, but the concentration will be Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee for sure as Tuesday rolls in. But we'll get to that as it comes back and rolls forward as we get ready for that. All right, let's see here. We got some good mornings, and then we'll move on to what the National Weather Service has to tell us. Good morning to Alicia Fisher. Hope you're doing well. Donna Roseman is up. Morning. Also Terry Ray, Elizabeth Trivett. I believe I said that right. Good morning to you. Sissy McKee is up. Donna Hawkins, good morning. Sylvia Stewart, Carolyn Hodge, good morning to you also. Tabby Joe Long up in DeKalb. How are you today? Lance Dunnigan, how are you? Along with Pat Banks. God bless us Sunday morning. I couldn't agree with you even more. That's a great statement. Let's see. Charlotte Gray, good morning. She will stay tuned. J.T. Rigdon is up today. Ann Cook, good morning to you also. Miss Alicia Alexander. Jan Gunn, good morning from Enterprise, Mississippi. Salute to y'all there in Clark County. Let's see here. Good morning from Philadelphia. Brian Guess is watching. Also, Patricia Boswell, good morning. Good morning to Miss Amy Smith. Good morning. Have a wonderful day from Joyce Poole and Joe Collins. Another great day. Thanks. It is a wonderful to have a great day that's lined up for us here. All right, let's now turn to what's going on with the National Weather Service, see what they've got to tell us, and we'll look at their maps and all as we go through this. All right, here we are. This is the record highs and record lows on today. It was 2002 that we had a high of 91 on this date. The coldest day ever, and you'd have to search long and hard to find, I think, somebody that still witnessed 1909. It was 39 degrees. There's a few out there, I'm sure, but not all that many. It was a cool day back then. As we move forward, we look at what is forecasted for today. Rain all throughout the state of Mississippi and our area down to the coast. We're going to have that. As we move across to that Bama state line, again, this is the line here, the Demopolis area that's going to get the worst over to Tuscaloosa today. It's going to be rainy for this afternoon there. As you get over in the eastern side of the county, it won't be so bad. It'll be some light stuff there as we, not county, but the state of Alabama there. So as we sit back and watch this. Now, let's get into what the National Weather Service has for us for today and on Tuesday. If you'll look, almost twins. This is today, the outbreak that we went over, and this is for Tuesday. The entire state of Mississippi will be under this. And again, with this, possibility of severe damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour, that quarter-size hail, and the possibility of tornadoes cannot be ruled out for either day. We'll watch it closely as it comes. Now, this has not been updated from the state of Alabama because this area right through here is now a 2. I don't know why that hadn't been updated, but that was the latest that they put out this morning at 4 a.m., and I expect that to update later. They've already updated for Tuesday, and it, again, looks just like Mississippi. It's under a 2 area for the entire state of Alabama there on Tuesday. As we go down to the coast there, as we get to Waynesboro, Butler, Alabama, this is updated here, and this is all a 2 here, down to Wiggins, these areas, down to Mobile. You all are in this with us, the same as it is here in the central portion of Mississippi. So we'll watch that closely. As we look at New Orleans area, as you look at the state of Mississippi, the southern part there from Biloxi, Slidell, Baton Rouge, under a 2 today. So this is the path that it's going to come in, come across, and it will affect them also. Rain that will be accumulated, we're looking at probably an inch in the Meridian area, Neshoba County, up to Winston County, down through Clark County. The further you get toward the coast, Jones County, 1.5 inches. And the further you get down here, possibility of 2 inches through Macomb and Hattiesburg to Biloxi. And as the same as you get around the New Orleans area there, it increases. New Orleans about 1.5 inches there, right along in there. As you get out to the coast, about 1 inch there. But Baton Rouge area could see anywhere from an inch to 1.5 inches. As we look at temperatures over the next few days, this rain, as you'll notice, we're now starting to see some blue across the state of Mississippi. The rain that we're getting is going to make the temperature dip down just a little bit there, so it won't be as warm as it has been while this rain lingers. So that's what we've got to look forward to. Now let's talk about what our forecast calls for. Let's dig a little bit into that today. A 90% chance of showers today is what we're going to get. Thunderstorms is a chance before 4 o'clock, but our greatest chance will be mainly after 4 with a high of 77. So I'm not saying we can't get some heavy rain between now and 4. We can, but most of it will occur after 4 o'clock. We're going to be gusty with gusts up to 20 miles an hour throughout the day and the possibility of up to an inch of rain. As we move into tonight, an 80% chance of thunderstorms that will end most likely by 10 o'clock. Then a slight chance of rain between there and midnight, and it should be calming down with a low around 66. Again, 20-mile-an-hour wind gust all the way through the nighttime hours. As we roll into Monday, we're at a 30% chance of rain after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we'll get a little break overnight there. And then it will wait till the evening hours before it starts coming back, high of 88, and our gust will go up on Monday to about 25 miles an hour. As we go into Monday night, still continued 30% chance of rain with a 20-mile-an-hour gust. Tuesday is when we get that second round of bad weather, 100% chance of showers, and this will be an afternoon event. Sometime after 1 o'clock on Tuesday is what we're looking at. Gust of 20 miles an hour, high of 84, 60% chance of showers, ending by 1 a.m. there, of the worst, 63. And then we've got slight chances of rain on Thursday. All right, let's pull this up and see what the National Weather Service shows us over the next few days as we look at our weather here. Our 7-day forecast shows that we've got 77 today, slight chances of rain, 100% there on Tuesday, and should be ending by Wednesday with sunshine returning Thursday through the weekend. That's the good news. So our temperatures will cool just a little bit there as we'll start to see some 50s at night. See that? All right, let's go ahead and jump ahead for a few more weeks here and go on through May the 16th of what we got. We get back into the high 80s and nighttime lows into the 60s after we get a week out from this. Temperatures will warm back up. Slight chances of rain there. We'll watch that closely to see if any of this will turn into something bigger. But again, what we're focusing on is today, the afternoon hours through 10 o'clock being the worst of what we could have. We're on a 2 out of a 5. Could it be worse? Yes. But even at a 2, it is Mother Nature, and we can have some. And we'll go live throughout this when thunderstorms threaten the area and give it street by street right up to your doorstep, so you'll know exactly what's going on and how close it is to you. Always have a weather plan. Something turns bad and it becomes worse than it is. Have a safe place to go to. I do not expect this to be a huge tornado event, so don't take me wrong on that. I'm just saying it can't be ruled out with weather. That's just the way it works. We'll have a little lull there on Monday, slight chance of rain, and then we'll have that next round of the possibility of severe weather there happening there. Let's see here. Also, good morning to Joe Collins and also Pat Harris, watching from Lauderdale, Mississippi. Thank you so much. Don't forget, church is going to be firing off here in a few moments, and if you can make it to a church service, I'm sure they'd love to have you. As we get into later this afternoon, it will be after church that this bad weather will come in. So don't let this stop you from going to church. If for whatever reason you can't make it to church, find you a church service online here. There are plenty that do these church services on Sunday, broadcast their services on Facebook, whether it's YouTube. You choose who, what, and when you want to watch. But there's some great preachers out there who would love to have you watch if for whatever reason you can't make it. But they'd love to have you in person. There's always just something good about being with other people. It makes you feel good. But we understand when you can't make it. One last thing that I wanted to pull up and look at. Let me find where I put this. Let me go back over here. Let's look at temperatures across where we are this morning, and we'll look at some where the gusts are, what it is right now. Let me pull this back up and show you. Here's what we got here in the Meridian area. We're sitting at right at 66 as let me zoom in here and let's go into Clark County. Down through Enterprise, we're looking at 66, Stonewall down to Quitman. As we go through DeSoto and down here to Shibuya, 68. Heidelberg, 66. As we go on down Waynesboro, y'all are at 66. Laurel, pretty much the same temperature through there. As we go north over to Madison, let's go up here north of us. Philadelphia, sitting at about 68. Our friends at Carthage, 66. Louisville, let's go up here, 66, and back over toward Macon, Mississippi. It's also going to be about the same temperature there, about 66. Now let's switch this and go down and look at wind gust of what we've got right now. And this is forecasted for the next hour. This is what's going on outside. We're predicted up to 20 miles an hour today with the gust. As we go down to the Meridian area, let's walk around and take a look. Out at Keyfield, we're looking at about 16 miles an hour. Out through Tumsuba, 13. And as you go across here, it gets a little bit heavier. You see the color changing there as we go toward the Hickory area. 18 miles an hour there through Newton. We're looking at 19 to 18 right along in there. As we go across and as we go over to Forest, it's 19 miles an hour. Down through Pachuta, these areas here, 18. Quitman has got 18. Enterprise. Let's go north here. And this is just to show you what our gusts are. About 13 miles an hour there in Philadelphia, over to DeKalb, 11. Scuba sitting at 11 also. And let's go a little further north. Macon sitting at 14. And let's follow Highway 14 straight across there. Steady 14 to 15 miles an hour till you get to the city limits of Louisville. So if you've got your hair all fixed up for church this morning, when you walk out the door, it's a little gusty in some of these areas. Be prepared. It could mess up your hairdo in a quick second there. So that's what we're looking at on that. Good morning to Dwayne Bounds also. We appreciate you watching as well. That's going to wrap up our weather this morning, and I'm glad you came by. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Lots of folks up and stirring this morning as we wait for the more serious weather to roll in later on. Wanted to mention, if you need a set of tires, visit our friends at Eastgate Tire there in Marion. They'll take care of you, get you a set of tires, stand by their word, and get you fixed up in no time flat there at the four-way stop. Drop in to see Matthew. He'll be glad to help you out there. And as always, if you're looking for shelters and you have not gotten a storm shelter yet, talk to the Precast group here in Meridian. They can fix you up in no time flat. You can bury it. You can put it above ground, whichever you like. Very affordable. Talk to them today at the Precast group here in Meridian. Very nice, friendly folks, and of course, good people. They believe, like you and I, in the good Lord. That's what's most of our people that advertise with us. We do appreciate them. Again, good morning to Beverly Massey. I'll let you go, and again, we will meet up again today as these storms come about. Make sure, if you'll notice, let me see if I can pull up what this looks like. Maybe, I'm not sure. The bell that's up in the right-hand corner as you're watching, and mine's not going to show that. But there's a bell up there while you're watching. If you will click that, that will notify you when we go live, and you can follow it a whole lot easier. It pops up on your phone that way. Follow it and then click that bell there, how you want your notifications. That makes it work. I've had a lot of questions of, well, I don't get notified when you go on. And that's how you do it. It's a little bell up there. If you'll click that, you'll be able to follow and keep abreast of the situation. I hadn't used that word in a long time. But again, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you, and we'll be back with more coverage as this comes in late this afternoon here at Scotty Ray's Weather. Thank you, and God bless, and we'll see you soon.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by